Petra is an ancient rock-carved city hidden in the mysterious Wadi Musa Valley, a valley between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba in Jordan. It was originally a large trading city that was abandoned for more than 700 years until Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, a Swiss explorer, came across it in 1812. Petra was listed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1985, described as one of the most valuable cultural heritages of humanity. It is currently accessible only by horseback. On July 7, 2007, Petra was voted as one of the new 7 wonders of the world, based on a worldwide vote via the internet and mobile phones. The first people to visit Petra were the Edomites, who arrived around 1000 BC. However, the Nabateans who built Petra were the Nabateans. In the 4th century BC, when there were originally nomadic tribes in the Arabian desert, they carved out sandstone cliffs to make houses and lived in caves throughout the city. They worked as shepherds, but changed to trade and worked as caravan guards. The tribe was honest, and the tolls collected from travelers helped the Nabateans to prosper. The reason why Petra was located in a barren land of rocks and sand was probably because it was located on 2 of the world's most important trade routes at that time, the east-west route, which spanned the Arabian Peninsula and the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea, and the north-south route, which connected the Red Sea to Damascus, Syria. In addition, the city also had an important source of fresh water, later called Wadi Musa or the Valley of Moses, which was said to be water obtained when Moses conjured it up for the Jews to drink to quench their thirst. Traders and travelers traveling through the empty and dry desert nearby had no choice but to head to Petra. Petra was a large trading center, so Greek travelers often told stories of its wealth. According to the Greek geographer Strabo, Petra was the most important market for goods in the East. Aromatic resins, incense, spices of the Arabs, copper, iron, pottery, statues, dyed cloth of the Phoenicians were all transported through Petra to the Mediterranean and the Persians. Petra flourished from 50 BC to 70 AD. During this period, Petra was ruled by a king named Aretas IV, whom the Greeks called Philodemus, lover of the people, and because of its wealth, remoteness, and difficult location, the city had an easy opportunity to grow without fear of external enemies. The people of Petra worshipped 2 gods, Deuceres, the god of fertility, and Alaza, the consort of Deuceres, the goddess of water. With the advent of new cities and safer and more convenient trade routes in the period, Petra, which had flourished through trade, began to lose its power. The city was weak and easily attacked by foreigners until 106 CE when the Romans led by Emperor Trajan or Trajanus conquered Petra and annexed it as a province of the Roman Empire. However, Petra remained in power until around 300 CE when the Roman Empire began to falter. Then in 363 CE, an earthquake destroyed the city's buildings and excellent water supply system. In the 5th century, Petra became the seat of the Christian bishop's province. It was conquered by the Muslims in the 7th century and then gradually declined until it was lost to the people. Although the ruins of Petra were a curiosity for people during the Middle Ages. For example, the Sultan of Egypt, Baber, visited Petra before the 13th century. But the discovery of Petra that led to the world's exposure occurred quietly in 1812 when a Swiss explorer, Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, was traveling from Jordan to Egypt to study the source of the Nile River. Burckhardt saw Petra's grand facade, but the local guides forbade him to go down there. so Burckhardt secretly made notes as his camels passed by. Although it was just a small, cursory note, it was considered the opening of the city to the world. Later in 1826, Léon de Laborde, a Frenchman, traveled to explore the city and wrote a book called Voyage de l'Arabie Pétrée, published in 1830. Writing this book is considered to be the introduction of images and knowledge that the world had never seen before. Archaeological exploration began in the early 20th century and is still ongoing today. Petra was registered as a World Heritage Site at the 9th World Heritage Committee session in 1985 in Paris, France.